You're watching The Class Show.
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the class show so far. This next segment is just a few interviews with the faculty and deans that helped make Gateway possible. While you may have seen some of them at a dean's dinner or at class, hopefully these interviews will give you a better sense of who they are as people.
Unfortunately, however, we did have some technical issues and the audio recording didn't capture our half of the conversation. And we also lost our original script. But we've dubbed in the questions that we think they were probably asked based on their responses. And hey, it wouldn't be a real Gateway experience without some technical difficulties, right? Anyways, enjoy.
All right, to start out, if you could just please state your name.
I'm Stephen Cheng.
John Mullen.
Colleen Wallace.
Lisa Moscoso.
Eva Agard.
My name is Amanda Renee Emke.
My name is Timothy Yao.
What is the hardest part about training medical students?
Sleep deprivation. Period.
Actually, for me, it was the inability to communicate and reason with them.
It's pretty tedious, actually. It can be. It's also never ending.
Probably the hardest thing for me was like just having to do the same thing day after day. So I
probably beat ourselves up too much for when they poop in the house.
Bigger than them, I can step on them, but something about them totally creeps me out.
They call me daddy.
They scare me.
General, keeping them alive.
Oh yeah, not killing them. That is hard.
What do you think makes someone a good doctor?
I pay for my dinner.
Being able to do 10 pull-ups.
Body count over 20.
Hairy legs.
I nail hygiene to me is pretty important.
What did people used to call you back in medical school?
Mr. Freeze.
Tidal wave.
Well, the boss.
Dirty dish rag?
Hungry hippo.
There's the Batman.
Oh my gosh. What, Zodiac Killer?
Now a question that's on all of our minds. Would you rather tell us more about how to achieve distinction in phase 2 or have to wear a mask for the rest of your life?
Yeah, hold on just a second. All right. Do you see this?
I think many students want to know, can you tell us what it was like in the room when you guys were coming up with the Gateway curriculum?
Okay. It's in general chaotic, I find. It's fun. It's fun to observe that. I like to try to figure out what is happening socially.
It's a madhouse. Is like watching animals at the zoo when like the food person comes and they start like getting bananas for the monkeys and then they just go wild and it's crazy and you can't keep track of anything and like all the animals scatter and it's total chaos. Yeah.
It's just bullying and there's a lot of meanness.
Sometimes there are injuries that happen.
Everyone dressed like a gorilla character sat with the gorillas and the chimpanzees and the orangutans. It was an interesting social experiment. I'm sure everyone will want to hear about that at the class show.
And in general, what would you do to or how do you feel about people that mistake WashU for University of Washington?
Yeah. I think in general, they kind of annoy me.
I don't think that they're bad people because of that.
Well, usually what I say to them is, do you need glasses? Because I have a great optometrist.
Spit on their face.
In general, I have no tolerance for.
I would use my Ninja and I would put the lid on and I would press the button to make it go.
I have a few things. Stub their toe intentionally, give them a paper cut, hit them in the ankle with a scooter, jam their finger in a door, but make it look like an accident and their fault.
I think many students are wondering, who's your celebrity crush?
Good question. I guess it would have to be, boomers.
Oh, it's Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
It's Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
Oh, well, what words would you use to describe Mitch McConnell then?
Large, heavy, voluminous.
Jiggly, jiggly, jiggly.
Tasty. Sticky. Filling.
Dirty dish rag.
Dump truck.
Thick and moist.
Wiggly, red, and kind of gross.
How often do you check our US World and News Report ranking?
All day. Constantly. All day. I have it up.
Can you give a number to that?
No, 1,000 times.
Way more often than I'd like to admit.
Probably, I've never counted to be honest, but if I had to guess, probably 40 or 50 times a day.
It is almost always on one of my computer screens.
Pathological number of times, 100. Like too much.
Often in a day. Couple hundred times.
And so, what's something you think you'll do after you retire?
Jail.
A medical influencer.
Probably be turned into a slut.
Go to jail.
And what is something you wouldn't wish upon even your worst enemy?
Histology.
Histology?
Histology.
Cell biology.
Histology.
Gateway.
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 That would be the gateway curriculum.
The medical students, to work with the medical students.
And lastly, how do you feel about the medical students of Washu, and what would you like to say to them?
Wouldn't say anything to them. I would literally just walk away.
As I've gotten a little bit older, they give me headaches and they scare me.
I think I would generally avoid and not engage.
Wouldn't even talk to them?
Probably not.
Probably just feel a little bit of disgust and then turn around and leave.
I don't know that I would. I wouldn't even acknowledge them.
So you just ignore them?
Ignore them.
Don't want to talk to them at all?
No.
Makes sense.
Anger toward them would just give them power.
I don't think I would say anything. I would avoid them. Why would I want to say anything to them?